Megan Huntsman was arrested on April 13, 2014, after her estranged husband Darren West and fellow family members found 7 infant corpses while cleaning out their garage. While in custody, Huntsman confessed to strangling or suffocating 6 of the newborns, putting them in plastic bags and then packing them in boxes. But she told officers one of the infants was stillborn. Dina Slosher is a Plano, Texas woman who on November 22, 2004, used a knife to amputate the arms of her 11-month-old daughter, Margaret, who died as a result. At age 8, Slosher was diagnosed with hydrocephalus. She had 8 surgeries to implant shunts into her brain, heart, and abdomen before she was 13 years old. Her schoolmates made fun of her shaved head. She graduated from Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, with a bachelor's degree in psychology. She met her husband, John, when they were both students at Marist. She graduated from Marist, but her husband, John, did not. Eventually they moved to Texas, where John would not allow her to work. The day after Margaret was born, Slosher attempted suicide, was hospitalized in a psychiatric ward, and diagnosed with bipolar disorder with psychotic features. She had been investigated earlier that year by Texas Child Protective Services after she was hospitalized for a psychotic episode. CPS ordered that she could not be alone with her children. Her sister-in-law came to live with them until CPS lifted the order. She came to believe that Margaret was destined to marry Doyle Davison, a veterinarian who had become the family's pastor. The day before she attacked Margaret, Slosher told her husband that she wanted to give her to Davison. Later that day, according to a confidential CPS report, he spanked her with a wooden spoon in front of their children. She killed Margaret, while her other 2 daughters were not harmed. Psychologist David Self testified that Slosher told him about a disturbing news story she had seen. The news story concerned a boy who was mauled by a lion, and she interpreted it as a sign of the coming apocalypse. She said that she heard God commanding her to remove Margaret's arms and then her own. The attack was later described as a religious frenzy. Self determined that she suffered from postmortem psychosis. She was found not guilty by reason of insanity, and was committed to the North Texas State Hospital, and ordered to stay there until she is deemed to no longer be a threat to herself or others. There, she was a roommate of Andrea Yates, the Houston woman who had drowned her 5 children in a bathtub. In her case, Yates claimed that the drownings were to protect them from Satan. Andrea Yates was a mother who lived in Clear Lake City, Texas, with her husband Rusty Yates and 5 children: Noah 7, John 5, Paul 3, Luke 2, and Mary 6 months old. Andrea suffered from psychiatric problems and was not to be left alone with the children under instructions of her doctor, Dr. Seeds. On June 20th, 2001, Rusty left for work, leaving the children alone with Andrea, expecting his mother to be there soon. Andrea waited for Rusty to leave, then filled the bathtub. She first drowned John, Paul, and Luke and laid them on her bed. She then drowned Mary, whom she left floating in the tub. Noah came in and asked what was wrong with Mary. He tried to run from Andrea, but was caught and drowned. She left Noah in the tub and put Mary in John's arms on the bed. She then called the police several times, repeatedly saying that she needed an officer, but not saying why. Then she called Rusty, telling him he needed to come home right away. In March 2002, Andrea Yates was sentenced to life imprisonment, with a chance of parole in 40 years. But in 2005, a Texas Court of Appeals reversed the conviction. On July 26, 2006, Yates was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.